Hello everyone, welcome to today's lesson, Telling Time. And the important points of today's lesson is going to be how to tell time, hours, minutes and seconds, and weeks, months and years. Now before we get into the lesson, here is something to boost up your knowledge. Time is very precious. We must not waste time, not even a second, because a second turns into minutes. Minutes turn into hours, and hours turn into days, and so on. So, how many hours have we wasted if you watch 19 minutes of TV? It's 1.5 hours. The position of the sun in the sky tells us what time it is. When the sun rises, we call it morning. This is the time to get ready for school. Our shadow is long in the morning. When the sun is high in the sky, we call it midday or noon. Our shadow is the shortest at noon. After this, the sun starts moving to the west. We call this time as afternoon. It is a time to come back home from school. Then, the sun begins to set in the west. We call this time of the sunset as evening. Our shadow becomes long once again. Then soon it starts becoming dark. We start to see the moon and the stars, and we call it the night. We have our dinner and go to bed. How to find out the time? In the old days, people used to use the sun to tell the time. But the sun cannot tell us the accurate time. That is why we use watches and clocks to tell the time. This watch has a minute hand and an hour hand. It tells us the time in hours and minutes. Now this watch has a second hand, a minute hand and an hour hand. This tells us the time in hours, minutes and seconds. Now did you know, when the sun rises in Manipur, it is still dark in Mumbai. Hours, minutes and seconds. One day is divided into 24 hours. Each hour is divided into 60 minutes, and each minute is divided into 60 seconds. Weeks, months and years. There are 7 days in a week. There are 4 weeks in a month. There are 12 months in a year, and there are 365 or 366 days in a year. The 7 days of the week are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and my favorite, Sunday. Now did you know, it takes 24 hours from sunrise to sunrise because each day the earth moves further in its orbit around the sun, lengthening the day. Here are the months of the year. January with 31 days, February with 28 or 29 days, March with 31 days, April with 30 days, May with 31 days, June with 30 days, July with 31 days, August with 31 days, September has 30 days, October has 31 days, November has 30 days, and December has 31 days. Important note, when February has 29 days, the year has 366 days. And when February has 28 days, the year has 365 days. Every 4 years, February has 29 days. And this year is called the leap year. So here is a quick sum up of today's lesson. Morning, noon, afternoon, evening and night make one day. Watches and clocks help us tell time. 7 days make a week and 12 months make a year. So here is the glossary of today's lesson. Accurate, which means correct. Shadow is a dark area produced by a body that comes in the path of light and the body. Now here is a mind map of today's lesson. We divide days into weeks, months and years, and we divide time into seconds, minutes and hours.